Welcome to Dave's Cooking Show, and for you today, we're going to have a meat lover's chili. All right, over medium heat, we've got a pot, and we have just a little bit of oil heating up in said pot. All right, and then we want to add 1.5 pounds of ground beef, 80-20 if you're curious. And then you want to have 1 pound of ground Italian sausage. Specifically, I went with mild for this. Basically, that's kind of it. Outside of the seasonings, of course, like just salt and pepper for the meat. But basically, all you want to do is kind of just break this stuff up. This spoon did not do that well of a job. But basically, you just want to cook and chop this up until it's done, and then you want to drain and then get the pot back on the heat. All right, so I'll see everyone at the next step. Okay, as you can see here, we have cooked the beef and sausage, drained it, returned it to the pot. Again, the pot is sitting over medium-low heat. If I didn't mention it before, when you're cooking the meat, about medium heat. And then you want about 1 medium onion diced up, added to this. Again, I know, subjective term, but if you want to get more specific, I'd say about a cup of diced onions for this. Or a little more if you like more onions in your chili. Then you want to add 2 cloves of minced garlic. And then basically you just want to kind of stir this around every so often. Well, semi-regularly, I guess. And then you want to just cook this until the onions are translucent. Which took me, I think, about 5-6 minutes. You do want to keep an eye on it, because trust me, it won't take as long as you think. All right, let's move on to the next step, which, by the way, bust out the slow cooker. All right, got the crock pot thing going. First thing we're gonna do is dump that meat and onion mixture all in there. There we go. Looks good enough to eat already. Okay, now it's time to add a 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, followed by a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. All right, and now we're going to add the beans, which consists of a 15-ounce can of pinto beans, a 15-ounce can of light red kidney beans, and a 15-ounce can of dark red kidney beans. Again, the beans are almost a personal choice. That's just the combo I went with. And then you're going to want to grab 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And then you want to give this first round of stuff a good old-fashioned stir. But trust me, we're not done yet. Also, if I didn't mention it, you'll want to add 3 ounces of tomato paste to this as well. Like I'm doing here. You know, I like to add, for this particular chili, I like to add everything in kind of layers, but you can add it all at once if you like. Then you want about a cup of beef broth. And then at least a teaspoon of hot sauce, but I kind of eyeballed it a little bit more. I was probably closer to a tablespoon. But then again, I like my chili just a little bit on the spicy side. And then once again, give this a couple stirs around to get everything well incorporated. And now it's time for the dry spices, and I'll just talk you through them. You're going to want 3 tablespoons of chili powder, or more if you want it a little spicier. You're going to want 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. a teaspoon of paprika, salt and pepper to taste, a pinch of cayenne. I actually jacked it up to about a quarter of a teaspoon. And then just a pinch of sugar. The reason you have the sugar in there is not to make it sweet, but it's actually to take off the tinniness of the tomatoes. Just a little pinch. And then basically you want to put the cover on and cook this on low for at least 4 hours. But again, like with chili, the longer the cook, usually the better the chili, but at least 4 hours. All right, let's move on to the final product. Once again, had my little issue with the camera, but basically I put the chili in the bowl, some Fritos on top, some Monterey Jack on top of that, and that's it. So that's Meat Lovers Chili. Done.